Well, one, he's a very, very good coach. Russell Turner. I think if you talk to the any of the coaches out west, they consider him a good coach, a basketball coach that they respect. They came in here and we beat them fairly decent amount of points, but they were huge. I remember that. They have a lot of size. They are very good defensively, and they rebound the basketball. They're +7. I know this year for that, but they have, I think it's 8 or 9 guys that played against us last year, and when I talked to him after, I said, why? If you looked at their schedule, they had like 8 or 9 road games in about a 10 game stretch. And I said, why are you doing that? He says, because we're going to be really good next year, and I want home games. So, so now they won 30 games. Obviously, one at Texas A&M early in the year, one at St. Mary's. Some pretty good wins in anybody's book. So they're legit. They're a good team, and he's a good coach. And, we're going to have to get ready to play. They're one of the tops in the country. 2-point field goal defense. I think they hold their opponents to it's high 30s, 40% from 2. And rebounding and their size will definitely be a concern.
Bruce, I mean, you guys obviously know you're going to be in the tournament, and then you see your name come across the screen. Is there any sense of excitement, or it's like, well, this is what we expect, it's business as usual? Like, just for you,
I think this is, to me, it's for the players, to have them have that opportunity to earn it. It's always special. There's no doubt. To be part of it, to sit here and watch with the guys. That I told them this is their reward for working hard since last April, when we set goals and to get in there, to get a better seed than we were a year ago. All the things. Now what are you going to do with it? That's the whole key.
Is there any update on Dean?
He's going to get examined tomorrow by the doctors, and then hopefully making some progress, and we'll see where he's at. I don't know if the appointment's in the morning, afternoon, but I know he's going in.
4 seeds seem fair to you?
I always thought I thought we 3 to 5. I said I think the other night. I don't study it as much as everybody else. Obviously if we would we would have won a couple of those games, probably Tulsa and A&M. On the road we probably would have been more of a 3. But I'm not sure our league got quite the respect that it should have deserved. But those TCU, Texas, obviously, it would have. It's kind of in between, and it's interesting because we'll have to study it, see how much that net was a factor. Road games, things like that. Texas Tech gets the 3. Their net's a lot higher, but they didn't play road games. So I don't know, and it's tit for tat, you got to play somebody and you got to play well. So that's what it comes down to. You got to have a good mental framework. We got till Friday, which is positive, I think, for us, just to get a little more rest. We took off yesterday, today. Some of the guys worked out that don't play a lot of minutes today. Tomorrow we'll do a lot of shooting weights, start watching Irvine, and then practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and head out there and hopefully have good prep.
Obviously, it goes without saying the importance of Bear and Cam, who were just sitting in here. But could you put into words maybe what they're going to mean to you on this tournament run, and they had a couple off shooting performances at Big 12, just putting that behind and starting winning.
Yeah, they've carried us. They're for 4 years they've been really important with Dean. You throw X in the mix for the last 3, and those guys are really important. They have experience. We said after that, when we got the last 4 in, or if we were the last team in a couple of years ago, we got that experience to beat Wake, to go on and go to Sacramento, play Cincinnati. I said at the time it was so good, not only to reward the seniors, Wes and DJ at that time, but also for the young guys to get a taste of it. And then they took the taste of it, and they wanted more. They got the opportunity last year, took it a whole nother step. But I think the thing we've emphasized, and I've really talked to them about, every game is different. And that's something we've tried to teach and learn throughout the year, and you can't mentally say we're going to do this or that. Every game's different. The ball bounces different. Shots go in. They don't go in. But control what you can control. And that we better guard the heck out of people. We better play our butts off. In this case, we're going to have to rebound. And then share the basketball. When we share the basketball, we're pretty good.
Is there a team other than Irvine you played this year, last year, that a fan might say, "Oh, they remind me of"?
I don't know. I have to study them. I just remember last year they were very big. I thought they were well coached. Everyone we talked to out there, has a great deal of respect for coach, and so you're going to have to be prepared to play against them. My first thought is that they are very deliberate, but with size, and tried to pound it in, but. I think we held them to 49. But again, that's at our place. They're a year older. They're scoring some points. You look at their championship game. I think what was it? I don't know. Their last game of the year they had 90 something. Yeah. Yeah. So they can score some points, and so whoever you play, you got to be ready to play.
Bruce, in a tournament game, does Irvine being 6 hours away from San Jose have any bearing whatsoever?
Our goal is to get out there to Tuesday night if we can, and if you look at us, we've been pretty good on the road, and that's I kind of said to them, road dog mentality. I hope our experience, our guys being through it before, not the first time. I hope that has a bigger impact than. And the schedule we played. They played Utah State. They played St. Mary's. Toledo's a good team. They played some people, but not the grind that we have played. And hopefully that'll prepare us.
It was about this time last year, Bruce, that Xavier kind of came on for you guys and comes off at Big 12. Where is he at right now in his development, and what's he been able to give you?
I think I've kind of talked to you. Somebody asked a few weeks ago or whatever. I think his all-around game is better. Obviously, his defensive, abilities to stop people, a variety of people. We put him on the point guard. We put him on the 4. We put him on the 3. The other night, if you go really study, I know Shaq made some tough shots late, but in the guts of the game, he did a great job on Shaq and defended him. He wasn't in there late because he was kind of hurting. Boogered up there, just 2 nights in a row. I think the whole thing kind of took its toll. I think defensively he's better. He's rebounding better. A key rebound, he was when they hit the 3 and Xavier wasn't in there. And if you think about a lot of games late in the games, who gets that rebound, and he's the one. So hopefully, we couple extra days of rest, he can get healthy, because he can give us that part. And then his versatility of being able to score the basketball, outside, inside. He didn't shoot it real well on Friday night, but he had some good looks, and I think he's advanced his game in a lot of ways.
You just alluded to it a little bit, but how much of an advantage is it getting a Friday game as opposed to Thursday?
I think for our sake, it's probably a good thing. There's no doubt, especially going across country. This gives us, like I said, we had, even Barry he was complaining about a couple things, and so this not only playing on Friday gives you another day of rest and another day to maybe get across the country. And we've been, you guys follow us. We've been pretty good. We've been trying to leave early and get to some places, and when we're able to do that, our preparation focus is pretty good.
Bruce, I know since last week, feels like you said a couple of times that maybe you didn't push hard enough for Xavier to be on the all-defensive team. Is it also just a matter of, does he just get overshadowed by Barry so people don't appreciate?
Yeah, I think, and we're pretty good defensively, us and Texas Tech, and they got 2 on. And Mooney's good, and the big fella's good, but Xavier. I think part of it is he defends so many different people, and he maybe just he locks down a lot of guys. Like Oklahoma State, we put him on the point guard. I think that was the key for us winning those games by a big margin, because other teams couldn't match up with him, and he took them inside and got to the paint easily. Shyak, he's chasing around. he kind of guard Noy. I mean, look at Noy's numbers. Didn't even score one of them at home. So, and you can go down the line that probably definitely didn't get the love that he should have. And I don't know. I guess I gave too much to Barry, if anything. So I don't know. I was hoping Barry get Defensive Player of the Year, which he did.
Barry in here admitted that he actually took a day off, which is kind of rare for him. Can you just elaborate on what it would mean to him to get a chance to recharge before Friday?
Yeah, I think we talked about Xavier a little bit. I think for Barry it's a good thing, and this is huge for him. He worked so hard. This hurt and that hurt. We were sitting at breakfast yesterday, and we just said, come back, get treatment, go chill, play your video games, whatever you do. Today the same thing, and tomorrow probably just shoot. So, I hope it's a good thing for him.
Do you know the San Jose area very well? Do you know much about that area?
I mean, I've been out there quite a bit. Obviously, we played in Sacramento. Just been out recruiting at different times, and I don't know. We'll just worry about the arena and getting ready to go, and hopefully we have a nice hotel. I think we're one of the highest seeds, if not the highest in that bracket.
You've been through this so many times before, Bruce, and I'm just curious about the psychology of getting victories and getting out of that first week, how tough that can be on a team.
Well, I think it's with anybody, and the whole thing is you got to get the mindset. And I've told them, and I told you guys before, one of my most disappointing games of my career was in 2013, playing in Kansas City. And I guess maybe I was trying to make them think ahead, just because I brought it up to them at Christmas. I didn't know we were going to win the league like we did in 2013, and basically the same seed, and then we had to play a play-in game, right? The team that, and I think that gave them a little bit of advantage, but I hope we have them ready to go, and that's they've been really good. Not every game, but they've been, for the most part, our focus and consistency. You just think about how good Iowa State is, and they were 9-9 in our league. So kudos to our guys to be so consistent without injuries, with injuries, with illnesses, all the things they went through, and yet have that consistency to win 7 road games, to get 14 wins, to win a league title, come back in the tournament, and really, obviously we played Iowa State to the end, and I woke up this morning again, and I had to watch it again, and we made them watch it today, part of it. So but it's all to learn and get better, and hopefully we will be better on Friday.
How much do you think you'll draw on last year's experience?
I think it's important. The only thing is they can't anticipate that they're going to win, and that's why I said I've, foreshadowing, whatever the words are, trying to get them to think ahead. I've been trying to put things in their head about the importance of preparation, understanding your opponent, and all that stuff. They knew they played them last year. I don't think they knew the score. You guys probably maybe screwed that up and told them. I don't know, but Tom did. Thank you, Tom. So I can blame you and not them. But they have, for the most part, they know how important it is and how important the preparation is.
Does it relieve any worry about how they play without, let's say you don't get Dean back, playing without him? Does last year's run without him also kind of alleviate?
I think it's a great, we've been through it. We've been through it this year. He didn't play 5-6 games, and a couple of the games after that, he played 15, 20 minutes. We won at Iowa State with him playing minimal minutes and scoring 2 points. So, the only thing is with this team, they are big. So, we're this weekend, we had, playing TCU and playing Iowa State, it was more small ball. So, this is Austin, Levi. They're going to probably have to come through for us.
With Dean, I know you said he's getting his exam tomorrow, but they told you at least since the tournament.
He says he feels better, is not in as much pain as he was. Literally, I've told you that he's done treatment. He did it today twice, so we'll see what the doc says and see if we can make some progress as the week goes on.
How was Cardi done playing back-to-back games?
I mean, just, we made him work out today. He was off yesterday, and the whole point was he's got to keep his conditioning. what he did was amazing. Now, he made some mistakes and all that, and we watched on film. You got to get better, and but you think about it, he did not have a live practice for 5 weeks, and he went in those 2 games. And they were both high-level games, but I thought Friday night was a high-level game, and didn't flinch. And he made mistakes on defense and a couple things. I think conditioning hurt. He cramped in the second half. He had like contortions with his. He was cramping so bad, and and that's why we brought him back. To get some more conditioning. Hopefully, it'll help him to have that extra day also.
Bruce, after watching the film from the Iowa State game, it's like there's a stat that's kind of going around. You got to go 15 points in 17.5 minutes of that, and then they scored 13 in the last 2.5. Did you see anything you could have done differently, or is it just Iowa State getting shots? And that's
Well, you could look it up. I think they only scored 40 points in about a 32, 33-minute period, and then they had 23 the end of the half and the end of the game. 13 at the end of the game. So, they and the one shy kid on Mike, if he gets any closer, he's kissing him or he fouls him. So, it's just that dude hit one tough one. The other one's a scramble rebound, and then, the only mistake I thought, one, we didn't get the rebound on the scramble rebound, but the first one out of the timeout when we're up 5, that's a switch, and they should. It's that running cross screen that you see in football, and if they got called on a couple times this time, we just weren't physical enough with them like we had been all game. And that was the mistake with, I think if you look at it. And then we took, the threes were wide open. You got to shoot them. But after you miss a couple, now Barry shot fake, rip to the hoop, go get a layup, try to make another play. We had some bad possessions, I thought, at the end of the half, where we held on to the ball, too many sticky fingers. And we got to take advantage of our quickness, of our guard play, our experience. That's got to be the big thing.
Do you think you'll stick with that same starting lineup?
I don't know. I got to see how big they are, and I know they're big. I don't know how big. And again, I'm just going off of last year. I just remember they had pretty good size. They did out-rebound us last year, 39-37, even though we won it by a pretty good margin. And they held us to 39% field goal percentage, which that's what they're pretty good at.